Hello, my name is Peyton Murphy. My presentation this week is on the changes in live theater and what the future is bringing. I am very passionate about theater and have been involved in my local theater since I was little, so this topic is really interesting to me. Thank you for watching, and let's get started. The beginnings of theater are really debated among scholars. Some would say that it dates back to the original forms of communication between humans. This communication was through storytelling. Some people consider it an early form of theater. Others say that it started with the Greeks and Roman Empire. If you have ever heard of the term thespian, it dates back to ancient Greece, where Thespis was considered the first actor. The Thespian Society is just a society for people involved in the production of theater. Moving on, other people say that theater started with Christianity. Before the general population could read, churches would put on plays to teach their community about the teachings of the Bible. Whether you think that theater started with early civilization or well into the Renaissance era, there is no denying that theater has become a big form of entertainment in today's world. In recent years, live theater has become less popular. The first point where this was noticed was with COVID-19. Because so many people were staying home, a lot of live performances were canceled. Some outdoor events still continued, but it was difficult to have these shows and ensure social distancing regulations were followed. At my local theater, we built an outdoor stage for the 2020 season. This helped to keep the live performances without putting people in danger. We would draw little family circles on the ground in chalk and have them 6 feet apart from each other. This way, guests could still sit with their family but maintain safety. They also had the opportunity of bringing their own chairs or using our folding ones that were cleaned after every show. Interestingly enough, they still use this outdoor theater for some performances each year. It adds a different aspect to the shows. However, even after the surge from COVID was over, a lot of people still chose not to go back to the live theater. People started to stay home more to stream on their TVs. This is similar to how people are choosing to not go to movie theaters. Instead, they are staying home and streaming the movies once available. A lot of people are choosing the comfort of their own homes over going out. Because of this, going to a theatrical performance seems to be more of a special occasion, such as birthdays or date nights. They are not regular occurrences, so sales have dropped. One thing that has changed in the past few years is an increase in diversity, equity, and inclusion. Companies have started to focus more on DEI within their everyday staff and the actors they hire. There has been more training on prejudice and unintentional bias when casting. There has also been a focus on typecasting. One thing that has been interesting has been hiring people of different races for a specific role. Generally, whoever was casted for a specific role, someone of the same race is casted in that role in future performances. For example, The Little Mermaid is expected to be a white woman with red hair. However, in recent years, she has been casted as a person of color. This has been especially true in local theaters. Then, Disney decided to come out with their live action movie with a person of color as the actress. Hamilton was done slightly different. The historical figures that are being portrayed in the play are predominantly white in real life. However, the casting directors did not only cast white people. They made the decision that race does not matter in the play because that is not necessarily what it is about. Whenever there are roles in plays that do not have anything to do with racial themes, casting directors are more likely to keep DEI in mind. Another big change has been the use of technology. There has always been a use of technology in the theater industry. This can range from lighting and sound design to building a set and communication platforms. However, here's a lot of new technology and some updates happening. When it comes to lighting and sound design, special projectors have started to make an appearance. Designers are also playing with augmented reality to see how it can be used. There are also people testing out AI. Some directors are using AI to help with positioning actors and formulating ideas before actually placing anyone on stage. Others are using AI to write scripts. Specifically, they are testing out audience participation where someone in the audience will say something and then the AI bot will generate a script based off of this for the actors to read. Lastly, we are starting to see smartphones and tablets making it onto the stage. The idea of theater is to have something that the audience can relate to and understand. Putting technology on the stage in a digital age can assist in relating to the audience. It would be weird in this day and age to have someone come out with a flip phone in their hands. These are just a few examples of emerging technology. It will be interesting to see what else production teams come up with when there is so much technology at their fingertips. With that being said, it is important to see how marketing will change with the new technology. When marketing theatrical performances, it is important to look at it as marketing the experience of going to the show instead of just the show itself. This is part of why we use the 4 C's of marketing. The first C is content. This is anything that goes into the show itself. For example, it would include the story, actors, production team, and technological aspects that go into making the show. The next C is conduit. This is the way that the product reaches the consumer. In live theater, this would be the physical building or location that the performance takes place. There are many versions of conduit in this industry. Many theaters have a brick and mortar building with multiple stages, including main stages and black box theaters. Some theater companies do not have their own stage. These companies will rent out spaces for their performance dates. What is cool about this is that it can create a more immersive experience. Some companies will rent out a house or warehouse and have their guests walk around with the actors to feel more immersed in the theatrical experience. The third C is consumption. This is how the product is used. For live theater, this would be through the live event. This live event could be a special occasion for an anniversary or just a regular outing with friends. Lastly, the fourth C is convergence. Convergence is the use of technology that allows people to see a product through multiple scopes. Live theater has begun to use streaming platforms to reach more people. There are multiple plays that have been recorded and put on streaming platforms. Examples include Hamilton and The Phantom of the Opera. These both can be streamed from the comfort of your own home. This convergence not only makes it easier for people to see shows, it also brings in more revenue for the theater company. With the current issue of less people wanting to go out to the theater, bringing the theater to their home through these different platforms has helped to keep live theater alive. As the theater industry moves forward, it is important for them to let the public know what they are doing and what is changing within the industry. People would be interested to know that AI and augmented reality are being used. However, it is also important to emphasize that these technologies do not go against the integrity of the show. If people feel that there is too much technology, they may feel that it is better to stay home and not see a point in paying for a live performance. Marketing efforts need to focus more on the theatrical event as a whole. A lot of times, performances are advertised as the play that is being put on. They may show a synopsis or a playbill of the show that is about to be produced. However, they should also be marketing the experience of going to the theater. My local theater would market their pre-show cocktail hour, a photo booth, and post-show meet and greets with the cast when a new show is being produced. This makes the theatrical experience feel more like an event than just going to sit in a theater. Overall, I am interested to see the different ways that the theater industry will continue to change. Here's a list of the sources that I used for this project. Thanks for watching.